Syrian government forces are beefing up their defenses around the capital. They say the main threat is the Islamic State after the military suffered a series of setbacks against the radical organization. CCTV's Alaa Ebrahim traveled with the Syrian army to the southern suburb of Darrya, where the war has left its mark.
Less than a couple of kilometers from the upscale Mezzeh neighborhood in Damascus, a 5-minute drive takes you a world away. This is Darrya, a city near the capital that became one of its suburbs as the city expanded. But today, a line of fire separates the two. Darrya was once home to nearly 300,000. It is now reduced to rubble. Militants fighting against the government of President Bashar al-Assad have fought hard in Darrya, benefiting from a supportive local community. The area is one of the closest they have been from the capital. Battles here have not stopped, but the situation has changed drastically.
Today we control most of Darrya city and we have cornered remaining gunmen in 2 quarters to the south of the city. Their choices, like the area presence, are limited. They can either put down their weapons and enter an agreement or continue fighting and face death.
Rebels have often accused the government of using ground-to-ground missiles and barrel bombs against the fighters and residential areas, where fighters are fortified, as is the case in this YouTube clip posted by opposition activists. The Syrian military in turn accuses the armed house Turks. While we were with the army in Darrya, during a search of newly controlled districts of the city, a weapons storage was discovered. Over 100 AK-47 rifles, along with a variety of ammunition and supplies.
During our search operations in Darrya city, we found several barrels buried in the ground in a courtyard. We found over 100 assault rifles, 200 RPG shells, 100 kilograms of explosives, mainly TNT and C4, along with detonators, also some 10,000 bullets.
The army brings in heavy machinery to further explore the scene, fearing there might be a tunnel here. Tunnels like this one that was discovered earlier this month have proven deadly in urban warfare. Fighting in these fields, in these rural areas, include many challenges. One of the main challenges that the Syrian officers told us about is the tunnels that the rebels have dug for hundreds of meters, stretching sometimes under the Syrian army's units, which allowed the rebels in several cases to go under the buildings where the Syrian army is located and stationed, under the Syrian army units, and maybe detonate the buildings where the Syrian army is stationed, or create an ambush for the Syrian army. This tactic has caused the Syrian army many of its soldiers in the fighting in these areas right across from the Syrian capital. The soldiers dig the ground and find nothing. No more weapons or tunnels. But the fight here goes on. Who knows what the coming days will reveal for these soldiers, the rebels fighting them, and the rest of the country. Alaa Ebrahim, CCTV, Damascus countryside.